Perhaps I can put the live in our group. Hang on, let me check for this. Okay, we are live now. I'm just going to copy the link and put in our group so that it's easier for me later to share. All right. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the SG webinar series. And I'm so glad today to be connected to an interesting software founder who is, the name is Dr. Matej. How are you, Dr. Matej?
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this with me today, because I believe that we've been sharing about Instatext for quite some time, and now we would like to see, you know, the demo of Instatext and how it can actually help most of us who are postgraduate and thesis writers. Yeah. So if I just pass the screen to you so that you can start the demo. So go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so hello everyone. The idea of Instatext is to help us to write like a native speaker. And by using artificial intelligence and language technologies, Instatext automatically improves our English text and create recommendations and ideas on how to improve the content and make it more readable and understandable. Now, most of the team comes from the academic environment. I am also a professor at the University of Ljubljana, and my background is in artificial intelligence. I've been involved in AI since 2005, and I was also nominated for the award for the best PhD thesis in Europe from the field of AI in 2010. But I have to add that I didn't get that award, and just maybe the dissertation was not written clearly enough because there were many scientific contributions, but yeah, we'll never know. But the common problem in academia is to communicate fairly difficult concepts in a clear and effective manner in order to be understood. So effective written communication, especially in academia, is the key to success. And several tools emerged in the past decade. Spell checkers are in a way perfect, but they don't address the right problem. Grammar checkers like Grammarly appeared, but they stick too closely to the original text and are not that useful for academic writing. And translation tools became better, probably from your language to English. Already you get a decent English translation, but still the text needs to be improved. So especially for non-native speakers, there is a missing tool. Now in academic writing, here is a recent book by Springer, 100 Tips to Avoid Mistakes in Academic Writing and Presenting. And these authors from this well-known editing and publishing house who go to thousands of these articles each year claim that it's not vocabulary or grammar that will get your paper accepted. It's mostly readability and conciseness. So the paper should be easy to read, easy to understand, and this is achieved by writing clearly and concisely, by carefully structuring not only each section, but also each paragraph and each sentence. And also when we are reviewers, sometimes if the paper is well written, if it's well understood, then it's far more likely that we'll provide more constructive argument and help the authors towards the publication. Now, here's another book, Writing Your Journal Article in 12 weeks. Yeah, maybe at some point of time you have 12 weeks to write an article, but usually it's a luxury. You cannot find 3 days in a row to devote completely to an article, and that results in having many papers in a pipeline, especially if you're a professor later. Now, writing a proposal is another important case where clarity and understandability is crucial in order to your project to succeed and to get the funding. So nowadays, with so many specialized people in writing proposals, this proposal have to be perfect. Otherwise, the chances are really close to zero. And now, okay, from the perspective of professors, we really lose a lot of time with student writing because it's not at that mature level. But if you are a student, then again, you will likely obtain more constructive, useful feedback from your mentor if your manuscripts are written in a better manner. So sometimes as a professor, you are actually asking yourself, should I rewrite this paragraph or should I just add technical suggestions? But then the problem is that if I don't rewrite the entire paragraph, it will just stay, the errors will just stay there and we lose opportunity to write it more clearly. And there are other important stuff like teaching materials, important emails. Also in the reviews, we want to look good, but we don't have budgets for proofreaders for all these tasks. Now, if I come back to writing articles and in general scientific writing, it does consist of several phases. It may look like, if you look back, it was just a point in time where we published an article, but in fact, it's not so. It always consists of several phases, from the initial draft to the very important phase of reviewing, rewriting, and revising um, your draft. In one word, it's editing, where we want to add more details, we want to write it more clearly, sometimes we want to write it more efficiently in terms of space, and again, we are limited in time, and we would like to receive this feedback in real time. So even before the final proofreading, there is a crucial phase that will get your paper accepted, and that is editing. Now, in our perfect world, we would have a tool that would enable us this feedback in real time in a way that we have a good control over our manuscript or over a paragraph. We would like to have a tool that would rewrite each paragraph in a way that a native speaker would do it. A native speaker who speaks well English and who's also who also understands our domain and our vocabulary and so on. But still, as authors, we want to remain in control, so we want to be able to accept or reject particular suggestions. And we are actually watching the screenshot of Instatext, which now became this tool for academic writing that enables just that. Um, Now, in our experience, already from 2019, where the tool wasn't so well developed yet, we always receive best marks for English. So just positive feedback regarding English. And suddenly it's so much easier and so much faster to publish and to really go, okay, at this coronavirus time, we cannot really go to conferences, but at least we get an opportunity to present our work. Now, more seriously, here is a feedback from actually a review from one of our review papers. So, okay, it's for me, it's the most trustworthy if I speak for myself regarding our reviews, but I'll show you more testimonials later. This review, this paper has been in a pipeline for years. There were several authors from different fields, and you always knew I will need more than 1 week to finish this paper, to really prepare it for submission. and it's always hard to find 1 week in a row. And then suddenly one day, the authors, we sat in front of a big screen and took Instatext, improved paragraph by paragraph, and in 1.5 days the paper was ready, and we submitted in less than 1.5 months. We received these reviews. This was one of the reviews, but they all looked alike. Like, the paper is now more readable and clear, easier to follow, significantly help in understanding, and changes in terminology, text organizations, and more detailed information allow better understanding the overall message. So nothing changed really from the technical point of view, but the paper was accepted. So okay, I'll go more.
That's very interesting, Dr. Matej. Sorry,
Mhm,
I think that's a very common experience that all of us face. You know,
mhm.
especially being non-native writer and non-native speaker, because sometimes it takes so much. You know, it takes so many edits, right, for us to get
Yes.
the right and make it readable. So I value this input very much. And I think you will show us how this is done, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
I'll show you first the tool. How Instatext works. I will show you a video, a short video. Then we will discuss the differences with Grammarly and so on. So I'll go a bit quicker
Okay. Yeah.
to come to the tool, and I'll be also able to to answer your questions. So
Okay.
this feedback that we get instantly in about 3 seconds from Instatext will rewrite your text. So green words are the words that are new words, and the red ones are crossed out. Now note how you get a good overview of the text, so you can really maximize readability. Now it's more connected between each other in the second and the third row. That is typical non-native speakers English. And at the time of writing, you maybe are not sure what words to use instead of this. Now, Instatext would change this to is strongly interconnected or tends to be linked in this particular case. And these are exactly the solutions that are hard to find at the time of writing. And if you don't find it in maybe 15 seconds, then you will just move on and it will stay there forever. So Instatext helps you to communicate effectively, to really boost your productivity. And also many authors notice that they gradually improved in their English. From far, it looks like Google Translate. In the left field, you paste your text. Usually we paste one screen at a time, or maybe 2 paragraphs or 1 paragraph, and then we improve it. And for improving, we have these tools available that I'll show them to you very soon. But one point I would like to point out is exactly what these professors said. When I read through these proposed improvements, I immediately understand how the text should sound. It's like a proofreader you can access at any time. It's not like Grammarly when you have to click on particular words and make choices, but here you see the whole text like you received it from a proofreader just in a few seconds, and so you can interactively and iteratively improve your text and maximize readability and understandability of your text. So in order to achieve this, we had to introduce several tools. Some are from MS Word, some are from Google Docs, like Copy to Clipboard or Clear Text, and you can use this also these exceptions and rejections with your mouse. So basically, you can accept or reject pairs of suggestions. Now, Instatext also enables you to see only the new version of the text with highlighted newly introduced words and combination of words. And it's capable of rewriting your text in order to maximize readability. So I will show you now a short video, and yeah, let's do that. Unfortunately, you won't be able to hear the voice, so I will be the one commenting on this. Mm. So here you paste or enter your text. Usually we paste it from MS Word or Google Docs or any other document, and then click the button in the middle. Then we accept or reject particular changes. We can use these icons in MS Word style, or we can also use a mouse to do that. Now, certainly we shouldn't accept all suggestions. We often reject up to 10, 20% of suggestions. Here we saw how we can see the new version. We can edit the text, so we can also insert, change some texts. We can reject some changes. That's the idea. And at the end, we can accept or we immediately click on copy and then go back to your original editor and continue with your work. Now, certainly we will, yeah, so the point is that in, just a second, I think yes, now I see the screen again.
I
Good.
think I think Instatext is very flexible. You know, the ability to edit manually, and then you don't have to accept all changes. I think that's so nice, because I think the fact that although we are still we still have our flexibility in order when we edit, right? So I think that's a nice feature. Okay.
Yes, yes. There are also other features like personal dictionary and
Yeah.
other. I will show you a screen a bit later. But first, let's discuss the differences with Grammarly and
Yeah.
other grammar checkers.
Mm.
So Instatext is actually on the other side of the spectrum compared to spell checkers. Spell checkers are very accurate but offer almost zero suggestions, at least in our text when we are already good enough in English. Now, Grammarly does suggest a bit more, but still sticks too closely to the original text and doesn't go so deeply into the text as Instatext. And Instatext provides much more suggestions and also to a greater depth. It's also capable of understanding the text and rewriting like particular sentences or even paragraphs sometimes. Now, Grammarly often recognizes hard to read sentences, but doesn't actually offer a solution for that. So it often happens hard to read sentence, but with no concrete solutions. And Instatext always provides concrete solutions and also makes them easy to understand in content. So it's also, you have a better overview of the text because these changes, exceptions and rejections are never completely independent. You have to see what follows next in order to make the best decisions. Another view is, you remember, that is more connected between each other. Grammarly doesn't offer solutions for awkward phrases like that. So often it sticks too much to the original text, and then it happens that our non-native speakers' mistakes just remain there for forever. Um, there are several reviews online. Many people compared it favorable to Grammarly, but I will show you later more important reviews from academic field and also case studies. Now, if I return back to that slide with academic writing of the papers, it turned out that that almost nobody use external proofreaders' help for reviewing the papers. They trust Instatext to this extent that they stopped paying for proofreaders. And also, if I put to the perspective the importance of editing, like if proofreading costs about up to $200, perhaps, depends on the length of the paper, online editing sometimes costs between $300 and $1,000. So usually this is completely non-accessible help. And so editing is really the most important phase. Now, benefits in academia, yeah, they really value that they can improve text interactively and in real time. They value that they can express their ideas clearly, concisely, and they also value that it showed in many case studies that it really helps increasing acceptance rates and shorten the time to publication. Like in some departments, they noticed that they doubled the number of important articles and so on. Also, it's used for project proposals, rewriting the text in new original way. Just recently, there was a story when our colleague talked to someone from the National Institute of Chemistry, and this guy says, I got my paper accepted in a journal with impact factor of more than 10 in the first attempt as a sole author. And our colleague, she asks him, how did you manage that? And he answers, I can answer you in just one word, Instatext. And of course, we were
Wow.
very curious. What was that paper
Yeah.
about? It turned out okay. So there are many stories like that. This is a particular case study where they ordered Instatext for the entire faculty, and they actually doubled the quarter one number of articles in 1 year, and also the overall and they send us a document of 6 pages with testimonials, all very happy with Instatext. So we have a lot of proof now that it really helps. I will just read one more testimonial from the student's perspective. So she finds Instatext very helpful, makes her much faster in writing papers. I'm a perfectionist. Usually we all are in academia. Yeah? So, and usually spend way too much time finding the right words and making sure that sentences are easily readable, even if the concepts are arbitrarily complicated. So Instatext makes her life easier, and she recommended also to native speakers for PhD students, for researchers, and so on. So the student from Julia Guidi from University of Berkeley, all these testimonials are Google review testimonials, so anyone can find them online.
Yeah. I actually like the last one just now. It's like having a proofreader that we can access at any time, which is so
Yes,
true,
yes.
you know,
I
because
read this
yeah,
one earlier. Yeah,
mm,
yeah.
yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Okay,
So
so I would like to invite everyone to try out the tool at Instatext.io. The trial is free for 14 days. It's usually recommended that you sign up with your university address, because Instatext can then go through your papers or papers of your department and so on, and find those papers who cite that papers, and learn more vocabulary, especially for paying customers. And now we will also enable in the menu that you will be able to connect your profile with your Google Scholar profile or ResearchGate profile. So
mm,
Instatext will even learn more about that. And you'll also find like personal dictionary. You will also find language settings, so you can actually set US or UK English. These were just added last week. Then formal, informal language, and you will also see Thesaurus is available there, and it's going to improve everything. All you see now is going to improve because our team is really working hard on making this the most usable software for academic writing in the world, especially for non-native speakers. So thank you. This is what I wanted to tell. I'm open for questions.
thank you. Thank you so much for that interesting overview. Yeah, Dr. Matej. I think a lot of people are actually curious. Okay, so we will try and use Instatext and see whether we can improve our writing, or writing articles for the journal. Right. So I think I got two questions here. Is this a yearly subscription? So is it a monthly or yearly? So we have that. And then also can how many, is it unlimited use, or is there any once I start having that subscription, do I have some limits to use?
Mm.
Oh, how? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Uh,
Two questions.
yes. Yes, both monthly and yearly plans are available. You can
Mm-hmm.
go to Instatext pricing page and
Mm-hmm.
you will find them. Um, we also have offers for teams like volume discounts, and we usually have a special package for that. That's Instatext Scholar. That is a bit more cost effective and with
Mm-hmm.
volume discounts for universities. And
Yeah.
it is limited by 900,000 characters, which seems to be enough for 1 year. So basically, there are character limitations, but they are set very high. And usually, when somebody reads them, and if it turns out that it's a fair use with no sharing licenses and so on, we are happy to add more characters. So just write to our support and they will help you.
Okay, I think that answers the questions, and I believe what happened next is this video, this recording will, will be rolled in our group, and then I'll put the link when they want to order, right? And I think we'll keep sharing about the video tutorials, and I believe you also have a YouTube channel. Am I right?
Yes, there are some
Yeah.
videos available.
Yeah.
And basically, you will find all the information on our website,
Mm,
including blog posts and how to information, frequently asked questions. If you have more questions,
yeah.
address them to our support. But most importantly, try the tool, use the tool,
Mm,
and you will learn the benefits. If you need more characters for testing the tool, because the initial um, free trial is limited by to 20,000 characters, but you can
mm.
ask our support for more and they will gladly
Okay.
help. So
Okay.
go ahead and try. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I would urge all friends, all of our friends in the SG, to sign up. Yeah, and I'll put the link later so that we can have a look. And don't worry if you need any support, you can also contact us here. Because we are always available on Facebook and WhatsApp. Thank you so much, Dr. Matej. I think this has been a great overview, because sometimes when you just watch video tutorials without speaking to people, to great people like you, we can't really understand how it works. So this has been a great video, and this recording will be kept with me, and it will be shared in our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your
Thank you
time
for the
today.
invitation. I'm
No
happy
problem.
to speak to you, to present to everyone. And go
Yes,
ahead, try it. And I wish you a lot of published papers. And hopefully, we will be soon able to visit the conferences live. And I wish you high acceptance rates in shorter time to
yes.
publication.
Thank you so much, Dr. Matej. So I'll end the broadcast, and I will continue working on emails. Right. So I'm looking forward for more updates later. Yeah. Thank you
Okay,
so
thank you.
much. So
Bye bye.
bye.